you, Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Guy Michel. You can put those claps together if you'd like. Guy is an absolutely outstanding cellist. We're having a little technical difficulty right now, but just so you understand, Guy Michel is a classically trained cellist, and he performs on electric cello as well as his acoustic cello, which we'll be introducing him at the end of our meet and greet, so you can ask him some questions on the chat. But we'll bring Guy back shortly after the program so he can introduce himself, tell you about who inspired him musically and how he became an artist. In the meantime, I'd like to welcome everybody and congratulations to our brides, grooms, families, and some of our guests probably, and any event planners are on as well. We'd like to thank you for being here. This is our fourth wedding meet and greet virtually. We've been doing the meet and greet for over 8 years, and it's a way normally to come into our office, meet our staff, meet our brand, understand what we are as a company. Then we have a showroom, which we'll show you in a little bit as well. But basically, we've been in business for 35 years. We're family owned and operated. We love what we do. We're passionate about it. I think that the biggest compliment we get from our brides and grooms after their wedding is the peace of mind we deliver to them prior to their wedding. So I think it's really important to understand we have an office, we have a showroom, we have a warehouse. We keep our office hours 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday. We have an on-call service, and that's what we're about as a company. Just to give you an idea about tonight and how it works, there's a chat tab down in the bottom. You're more than welcome to watch that because Nestor Diaz will be posting links to some of the performances and things tonight. So you can always click on those. There's also a Q&A. We have 5 questions already posed from previous brides and grooms, or maybe some of you tonight. It seems like we have some keep asking the same question, which I find humorous, which is great. But we'll answer those questions later, and then we'll have a Q&A at the end. If there is a question you have and you want to put that in the Q&A, and if Nestor's able to answer it during this program, great. If not, we'll answer it at the end in a Q&A. So I'd like to, at this time, tell you that we have Nestor Diaz in the chat room monitoring your questions. We have Kyle Antoinetti behind the scenes as well. He's in charge of our production team, which you'll see him in just a few moments. And now I'd like to introduce Megan Sipe, who's really the glue of the company. And right now, when you call our office, it's either her or Beth that will answer the phone. But Megan, you want to say a few words?
Hi, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. And again, once again, congratulations. I'm sure I have spoken to a lot of you, or at least the picture at the bottom of the email when we're emailing back and forth. I am here at the office, as Mike, my dad, mentioned, recently engaged as well. So excited to be planning with all of you. I am here at the office, so hope you enjoy, and just reach out to me if you have any additional questions. Congratulations. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Megan. And now I'd like to introduce Kyle, who is actually engaged to Megan. So they're going through some of the same challenges and fun, exciting times as you are. I will say that I'm excited. It looks like we're going to have a vaccine in the next few weeks, and that is exciting news. But now I'd like to introduce Kyle Antoinetti. He's going to demonstrate our showroom and some of the production we have for weddings. Here's Kyle.
So let's talk about virtual events. I have the privilege of giving you a tour through our virtual showroom. So let's start things off with visuals. That's going to be a coming trend now with virtual events, fully virtual and hybrid events. You want your guests to be able to see you and see each other. So visuals are a big thing. So we're going to transition over to our visual section, and you'll see in the top left, we have our 80-inch TV with the Mike Sipe logo. On the top right are 55-inch TVs, and down on the bottom are our modular color LED video panels, currently set up in a DJ booth configuration, but it functions just like a computer monitor with rolling graphics, montages, and of course Zoom calls, so you can see all the gallery views on any of these screens. Really important as we pivot into this new climate and work on virtual and hybrid events in a social platform. But apart from that, we're also going to now transition to our wall, the great, beautiful wall that we get so much comics on. And I'm going to start things off with uplights. So uplights are one of the most popular things with weddings, and we have a few different colors here. Bear in mind, everyone's going to see these a little differently, but we have a red, an amber, green. I'll just keep going through some of these presets. Here's a cyan, blue, purple, magenta, deep pink, light pink, blush, champagne blush, and amber blush. And I picked these as a presets of 2.8 billion different color combinations. These are the most popular ones for weddings. So I'll give you a little short brief run through those. While we're here on the wall, I'd also like to show our effect lights. So one of the most popular lights for effects right now is the Abyss lights. These create an awesome water effect and can go different colors. They're LED too, just like those uplights on the floor. And they create a really nice ambiance. It's a really growing trend right now, is creating an ambiance to the room or theme of the virtual event. So these have been really popular in doing that. And I will also now show you guys that little box down on the floor, which is our cold sparks. So right now we're getting into is special effects, still always popular and will be for a long time, as the cold spark machines. And if you haven't seen those before, I'll show you them now. All right, those are our cold spark fountains. They can actually go up to about 12 feet. This is an 8-foot tall ceiling, so and they're ready to go. Great for ceremonies and throughout the night with big, awesome moments in the music during partying. What's also perfect, it does a similar effect to cold sparks, is our CO2 jets. So I'm hoping this is going to be in frame for you guys, but I'll launch our CO2 jet right now. Perfect. So that was our CO2 jet. We can aim them out at the dance floor. They do a really great, wow, it's really cold in here now. They do a good job of chilling everyone down for events and create that really cool plume of smoke effect, which is also really good at celebrating your I-dos during ceremony. So while you're still here on the fantastic wall, we'll show you gobos. So gobos are just like this. These are custom monograms, which can showcase your name. We also are seeing a lot of interest in our abstract gobos as well, to create, again, that ambiance and that lighting decor. But we chose just these custom gobos for you. Now, the one on the right that isn't spinning is our stationary gobo. That one is just kind of point and shoot. Goes on and in focus, either on the dance floor or on a wall, and it stays where it is. But the one on the left that's changing colors and rotating can do all the same things. However, it also has the ability to, and we'll transition now, move. So that's the importance of a moving gobo, and those are installed into the lights that you see right now, which are our moving heads, which is where I'm going to leave you off with tonight. One of the most valuable lights that we have, if not the most valuable light. If you're really looking for an investment, you can't do a wedding right now without moving heads on your events. They are incredibly versatile with that gobo ability, but also just creating a calming effect. So what we're looking at right now is what's called our white wedding package. This is the #1 most going out wedding package right now, and it comes with the LED dance risers that the plush white facade is raised up on, and the white speaker system, as well as the white truss towers with the moving heads on them as well. So back to moving heads, though. They are, of course, your spotlight for grand entrance. You can see the versatility with that, and of course, they can follow you into the dance floor with a technician who's there with every single package. But they're also just the general decor lights. So again, creating that chill ambiance where they can be on, but not the main event, or in fact just adding to your decor and ambiance. They can just be on and out of the way. I have one on the ceiling and one on the walls, you can see. But of course, they are moving heads, so they are your party lights. They can go around the room, and as with anything in here, we can also control the up lights to make those go to be a party light, as well as the full entire stage. And we can have the dance riser change, the lights in the towers supporting the moving heads can change as well, strobing abilities and all that. So that was a quick run. So let's talk about virtual events. I have the privilege of giving you a tour through our virtual.
Appreciate it. Just to review production in the actual website. Is everyone there? Did I lose it? So why don't we just take a look at our website. We're still working on it and still completing it. And just to kind of recap what Kyle was talking about, if you go to our production, which is under our services, and all of the items that Kyle was demonstrating is actually under production so for instance, if you want to see the abyss lights or the CO2 or the cold spark fountains, you can click on those and you can enlarge the video and actually watch that presentation there. So we're really happy about that. It's actually giving our brides and grooms a better look at all the things that we offer, because we are a production company as well. One thing that in developing this website, when we think about weddings, one of the most important things for us was happiness. Happiness is really what we're about as a company. We love what we do. We're passionate about it. I had a little Greek grandmother that when I was 15 years old trying to figure out what I wanted to do, she said to me, if you can find a hobby and turn it into a business, you'll never work a day in your life. And I've been doing it for 38 years. Love what I do. I'm passionate about it. And if you take yourself through the happiness brand, it'll give you an idea of all that we have to offer, the fun experiences. You know, we're an entertainment company. So we don't hand you photographs after the wedding. We don't give you a video. So it's very important to understand as you're performing your due diligence and you're going to see entertainment companies and production and decor and so on and so on, you really want to take your time and perform your due diligence by going to at least 3 companies. I think it's really important, something that's as important as the musical experience. If there's anything I've learned when one of my daughters got married about 4 years ago, is that the entertainment creates the experience, and your photography and videography captures that experience, that creates those memories that last a lifetime. So I think that's really important. Something else that I really find on this website very important is trending. Trending is updated as trends happen. As you know, in weddings, trends are really what weddings are all about. Yes, you have your something borrowed, something blue, and all of those cool things, but those are just trends that are handed down from generation to generation. And as you can see here, one of the trends we have, this was a nice reference on DJ R. Silva, a client that originally had 180 guests for their wedding, went down to 48 people in their backyard, and they were just thrilled with the way we were able to accommodate them. And it worked out very, very nice for them. So that is a trend right now. The smaller weddings are very popular. The cold spark fountains are one of the most popular production scenes that we're offering. We've heavily invested in this. We have many units that go out. We actually use them for the ceremony and the first kiss. We also use them and move them into the reception for introduction of the bride and groom, or for extreme party moments during the evening. The monograms are still very popular. One of the things, excuse me, that's happened with the monograms is instead of having a static monogram, most people are going with the moving monogram, a monogram that if you're doing a monogram on the dance floor, and most people, when I ask them what they want to accomplish, they want their guests on the dance floor enjoying the experience. So if you've got a static monogram on the dance floor and all of your guests are dancing, you kind of lose your investment. So putting it into a moving head allows you to place it on the dance floor. It allows you to rotate it, change colors, move it above the sweetheart table when your guests are dancing. It's a great way And that's really trending heavily right now, the moving monograms, not necessarily the static monograms. Weddings. You can go to the weddings. I mean, that's what we're here for, right? Your wedding. So weddings, you can learn a little bit about everything. If you scroll down, you can see some of the reviews and whatnot about our weddings and how we, I think, are inspired by our brides and grooms. I think if there's another trend right now, is that there isn't a trend. People are doing very unique and different things. And I think that's really what it should be about. I think a wedding should be a reflection of the bride and groom, you know, and I think that's really important. If culturally there are differences, you want to honor those differences. Religiously, if there are differences, you want to honor that as well. So this is a great way to learn about the ceremony, the cocktail, the reception. And then at the bottom, it also tells you when our next meet and greet is. Our next virtual meet and greet will be Tuesday, January 19th, 6:30 to 7:30. We're not actually doing one next month because of the holidays. And looks like we're going to be busy again this December. So that's great. We love that. MC DJs. I know a lot of you are interested in the MC DJs. This is where all 12 of our MC DJs are present. I can have Megan take you to, go to Glenn Black. How about Glenn? Glenn's down there in the bottom right. You click on Glenn. You can see a brief video of Glenn. Glenn has an amazing personality. And I think you get that out of all of the MC DJs that work here. There's a video. Each DJ has a video in there. And then there's photos as well. So kind of taking you through that. If at some point, I'm sure Ness is putting up the links to each person, but after the meet and greet, if you want to go through the website, educate yourself on all the things that we have to offer, that would be wonderful. One of the most popular entertainment concepts we offer is musicology. Musicology, we started back in 2002. It is a very unique concept. For those of you that probably have heard of fusion and things like that, we do it a little bit differently. Our musicians and vocalists are performing live. I think there are a lot of people out there that are trying to do it where the saxophone player or percussionist plays over the music. Our musicians are playing in the music. We actually create tracks. Megan, if you want to start that video, I'll just show you. This is a saxophone with percussion, drums, and a DJ. We'll just play a little segment of it so you understand it. The vocals are going to be coming from the original artist. And that's what Musicology DJ Live is about. That's Gabe Jean on drums, Madi on percussion, and Lee Gabe on saxophone. So that's a little bit about that. We can take you into musicology to see where it started. I can show you a video of Gabe Jean and DJ Ray Costa to kind of see where it all starts. Gabe is an absolutely amazing drummer. I would say most people start with either drums, percussion, and a saxophone with the DJ, 3 pieces, and then from there, whatever is musically important for you. Go ahead and play that video, Megan. Play it till it transitions. It's really cool. As you can tell, Gabe Jean is a beast. He's an absolutely amazing drummer. He normally kicks his shoes off before he sits at the drums. And everyone raves about Gabe Jean and DJ Ray Costa as well. I can show you, why don't you take us to Dominic Kama on saxophone. I'll just show you a quick segment of saxophone with percussion, drums, and DJ. So this would be 3 musicians with a DJ. And this would be him performing sax. That's Dominic Kama, and Dominic actually plays soprano, alto sax, the flute, the electronic, what we call the iwi, or the electronic clarinet, which is one of my favorite instruments. That's in this video as well. But understanding what the musicology experience is about. It's basically for those people that don't necessarily want a band and they're torn between a band and a DJ. You get the best of both worlds. And I think one of the biggest compliments we get about the Musicology DJ live experience is the fact that it's more interactive. All of our drummers or our percussionists come with a djembe. They'll sometimes be out on the dance floor with your guest. The guest can play on the drum. Saxophone is always out there as well. You know, these are fun experiences that we can create. We can even do a La Hora Loca or an extreme party moment with our musicians as well. So, excuse me, that is probably one of the most popular concepts. Of the last meet and greet we had a bride that had booked our DJs, and she got to see the musicology. She came running down the hallway going, "Oh my gosh, I thought I just wanted a DJ. That's amazing." And she added musicians to it as well. So, I mean, the Musicology DJ Live experience is the goods if someone's wanting that. But it doesn't mean you can't have a successful celebration with just an MC DJ. And I don't want to say just, because our people are absolutely amazing. And you're going to get to meet them in a few minutes. But I want to take you to our platinum weddings. The platinum experience is where we, if music is really important to you and you want to know exactly what you're getting, this is the best way to experience it. We have 3 MCs, DJs that are considered our platinums. We have MC DJ Ray Costa, who you get to meet shortly. R. Silva. R. Silva, if you want to click on that, Megan, also has a band called Night Swim. And Night Swim is a 5-piece band. And you get R. Silva, as the DJ as well. He's absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, I spoke to a bride and groom yesterday that are rebooking that group for their wedding, their other daughter's wedding. Alexander Starr, here's Night Swim. Night Swim is kind of like that old boys band. If you like that stuff, it's great. If you want to play that video real quick, Megan, you can hear a little snippet of them performing a ballad, which is really nice, with just keyboard and 2 male vocalists. And I'm sure Ness will put that up on the chat room, so you can click that link as well. I just want to show you one more band real quick before we get into introducing our people. This is Alexander Starr and the Golden People. This is one of our platinum bands, and all of them in that page are. Alexander Starr is an absolutely amazing artist. He can come up to a 9-piece band, starts with his 5-piece and then adds a horn section. If you want to just play a snippet of that video as well, Ness can put that link up. This is an absolutely amazing band. They are phenomenal. Let's go. It's girls like you around with guys like me. The sundown when I roll through, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you look funny, yeah. Me too, what I want when I roll through. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It gives you an idea, and Ness can put that up, and you can check on any of these links in our platinum experience. So let me start with taking you to MC DJ Ness. Ness has been with our company for a long time. I don't want to say how long. He looks like he's probably 28. But Ness is a full-time employee of our office as well. And Ness is going to introduce himself, and then I'm going to ask one of the questions that one of our brides, maybe you're on here tonight, that asked a question. And right now, take it away, Ness.
All right, Mike, thank you so much for inviting me and introducing me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mike Sipe virtual meet and greet. My name is DJ Ness, as Mike mentioned. Been a DJ ever since I was 13 years of age, 44 now, so roughly about 31 years in the business, doing what I love. Started in New York, and I went to college in New York. I studied recording engineering, music therapy, made music my life, and been doing it ever since, and that's all I want to do. I've done countless weddings for different genres, demographics, you name it. And I am so excited to actually be here and be a part of this meet and greet and introduce myself to all you beautiful brides and grooms out there. Congratulations to you and your extended families. I'm sure you guys are very excited and looking forward to all that comes, and it's involved in planning your wedding. We want to be a part of that and get to know what it is that you want to accomplish and deliver to your guests and the experience you want to create. We want to be a part of helping you create that. We're really good at listening, trying to figure out what you want it to be, and then delivering on that promise. That's pretty much all I have to say. You guys came to a great place. You have a lot of great entertainers that are here that you are going to get to meet. Once again, Mike, thank you so much for inviting me. Love to be here every month and partaking in this meet and greet and showcasing to the brides and grooms that are fortunate enough to be able to celebrate their event and their coming days and months and years.
Thanks, Ness. So here's a question. It actually came up in our last meet and greet, and someone has asked it again. The question is, do you have Latin and bilingual DJs?
Oh, that's a very good question. So yes, we do. Mike Sipe is very versatile and having some great entertainers. I happen to be Dominican myself. We have a couple of other DJs here that are Art Silva, Ray Costa, and Felix Sama, the trio, the Cuban trio, I like to call them. And then we have Colombia and Evanco and Prana, also our Latin DJs. They're able to mix their music for both sides of your family. If you have a multicultural family, they can do the American side of the music and the Spanish and not leave one side or the other alienated. That's myself. So we're there to listen. If you want it to be heavy on the Latin side, we're definitely able to deliver that. If you just want to spice it up with some Latin, we can do all American, spice it with the Latin, and then come back to the American just to keep that flow moving and people entertained and the guests going on the dance floor. I see somebody, Ray Costa put Cuba, he's representing, so he puts it in all capitals, but I'm gonna say Dominican Republic in the house.
Thank you, Ness. Yeah, we actually have someone for everyone. Like Nestor said, 6 out of our 12 DJs are bilingual and Latin. And just to change it up a little bit to another culture, Glenn Black, who I'll be introducing next, is Jamaican. And so for those people that want a tropical feel, it doesn't mean he can't do it all, because he can do anything from open format disco. Well, I'll let him tell you. Glenn, say hello to the brides and grooms out there.
Thank you so much for that gracious introduction, Mike. As Mike said, I go by the name of DJ Glenn Black. I'm so happy to be here with you guys. I absolutely love what I do, and a big part of that is because I'm a part of this amazing Mike Sipe team. We have the best talent and the most organized office. That combination makes it so that you guys don't even have to think about it. When you grab one of us, that part is done. Everything else that you have to plan for your wedding, you can worry about that. We've got you covered when it comes to the music, to the entertainment, to the sound, to the lighting, and everything like that. A little bit about myself. As Mike mentioned, I am Jamaican. So big up to all of the people that will love Jamaican music and culture and food and all of them something there. I bring that to the table. I am an open format DJ, but I'm very proud to be able to be a part of my Jamaican musical culture. I tour with one of the premier early artists of the dancehall invasion into America by the name of Lieutenant Stitchie, who's actually just been nominated for both Album of the Year and Gospel Album of the Year in a UK award ceremony that's going to be going on a little bit later on. And he was just bigged up by Busta Rhymes, who just dropped his new album. I'm really excited. I'm bubbling with energy right now because the guy that I'm touring with was just bigged up by Busta Rhymes for being the person that actually taught him how to speed rap and do all of these things vicariously through his music. So I love music. I'm very passionate about it. As I said, I do tour. I was supposed to be doing the Parkland Farmers Market. I would have loved to have invited you guys down to come and hang out with me, but it's flooded just like the rest of South Florida right now, unfortunately. But it will be back, and I hope I'll see some of you guys there. I have seen some of my couples that I performed at their weddings before at that event that we do bi-weekly under normal circumstances. Obviously, with COVID going on, we've been locked up, we've been cooped up, and your wedding is going to be a great opportunity for you to get back together with family and friends, let loose some energy, have a great time, and all of us look forward to being a part of it, especially myself. So if you are looking for somebody to bring that party energy, to bring that vibe, and to have a good time and to get your guests up and on that dance floor, I'd love to be the guy that's involved in doing that for you. So again, back to Mike. Thank you, guys. I am DJ Glenn Black. Thanks,
Glenn Black. And this is an appropriate question for you because you definitely do them. Do you perform Jewish weddings?
Absolutely, I perform Jewish weddings. Some of my favorite memories are Jewish weddings that I performed in. I've made lifelong friends in Jewish weddings. I have reviews from Jewish weddings that I've done. But yes, I do perform Jewish weddings. I think that all of the traditions and everything are beautiful. Being a spiritual person myself, I love observing other people's spiritual cultures. I also have Jewish family members. Alexander Starr actually brought me into the company, and he is also part Jewish and very proud of his heritage and culture as well. So I do perform Jewish weddings. I absolutely love them.
Thank you, Glenn Black. Appreciate it. As you can see, we have a variety of talent, and what I like about our talent more than anything is that they appreciate each other. We're like a big family here, and that to me is everything. Next, I want to bring up DJ Ivanko. DJ Ivanko, nice looking. Yes, he's Colombian. DJ Ivanko, tell our guests about you.
What is going on, everybody? Just want to make sure everybody can hear me okay? Everything good? Awesome, awesome. Well, first of all, congratulations to all you couples. I actually just got married recently, so, I know the excitement that's going through you guys right now. I know how it is, and I know how hectic, everything can be. But that's the good thing about Mike Sipe. We're a great team over here, and we love to work with you, and we make everything as simple as possible, and everything goes by with a breeze. I am Colombian, so I do a lot of Hispanic weddings, a lot of Hispanic events. I do a lot of quinceañeras. They're a lot of fun. I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and they're just a lot of fun. I'm the type of DJ that will probably go and grab your grandma to dance with me. Just to make sure that she's also having a good time. I really try my best not to leave anybody behind. Nobody's on their chairs. As long as you are on your chair, that means your feet are just killing you and you can't stop dancing. You know what I mean? Like, that's the only reason why you should be on the chair. So you can recoup, wait 5 minutes, come back on the dance floor and party with me, I'm a high energy DJ. I love to interact with everybody. It's just one of the main things that I like to do. Me standing behind the turntables and stuff like that, I get a little bored sometimes, So I wanna join the dance floor every once in a while. I get you guys going with the Cupid Shuffle, Cha-Cha Slide if you guys like that, I coordinate you guys. I make fun of the people that don't know how to count correctly. You have to do 5 jumps, not 4, Little things like that. So, that's just me. It's a pleasure meeting you guys, and hopefully I get to meet you guys personally sometime soon. Hopefully we can work together. Back to you, Mike.
Thank you, Ivanko. Before I ask you this question, I think I know why someone posed it. The number one question, and this has to be it, and I think the brides and grooms that I've been meeting with the last couple of weeks, it comes up probably every other wedding, is they've been to a wedding. Matter of fact, I spoke to a bride just yesterday that had been to 2 weddings, and she wanted to know if our DJs only mix music. And I think what she was actually saying was, because her experience, and I turned around and said, well, what was your experience? She said, I was at 2 weddings, and at both the weddings, it was a very young DJ, and he wouldn't let the music play. He'd play 15 seconds of a song. We were just getting into it, and then he'd mix out of it. So the question to you, Ivanko, is, do you mix your music? And I think that's a trick question, but how would you answer that?
Well, all right, Mike. And everybody else, I'm pretty sure this is a question, very common question, because you're not the first person to tell me this, and I've heard this so often, so many times. But yes, I actually mix my music. There's no reason why I should only play a certain part of a song and then transition out of it. The whole point is for everyone to really enjoy their music. There's a reason why you would hire someone like me if you want like a traditional like Hispanic or Latino style party. That most of the Hispanic songs, most of the flavor and the swagger of the song is mostly towards like the middle of the song. So where usually the choruses and, they all come into play, the memorable phrases, that's where everything goes. So I'm actually the type of person to make everything flow. So I'm not the choppy DJ. I know exactly who you're talking about, and I know a lot of personal, friends that actually do that. But that's a very club style way of DJing. That's a get in and get out, type of situation. I don't do that. This is a wedding, this is something that you're supposed to enjoy to the fullest. If I'm gonna be playing a certain song, it's because I know everyone will enjoy it and they want to enjoy every element of that actual track. And then obviously whatever comes up next has to orchestrate according to what I just played. So it's not like I'm just gonna be dropping, let's see, 24 karat, some Bruno Mars, and then I'll know I'm just gonna be playing reggaeton. It just doesn't flow correctly. So you need to be able to correspond certain songs to certain songs, and that's my style of DJ. That's a lot of the style of DJs of the Mike Sipe team. So that's a good thing about us. We're not 100 DJs in Mike Sipe's team, but it's always quality, not quantity. That's just how it works.
Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Great question.
I think it's important. I think the bride mentioned that they were playing House of Pain, Jump Around, which, that's a classic, and everybody's jumping. Why would you want to mix out of that when everyone's enjoying jumping on the dance floor, I think...
Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. And trust me, I see it very often. I don't know. One thing that's good about you guys is that you guys have situations like these. You guys have meet and greets. So the bride and groom can actually meet the DJs. If they want to meet in person, they can meet in person. If they want live mixes, if they want demos, we can provide that for you guys. So that way you can kind of see more or less our style of DJing, even though mixes do not do us justice because it's two complete different things. I can have somebody make a fantastic mix from the radio and I'll pitch it to you guys. And then you're going to say, wow, he's amazing. But then you hear me live and I'm not the same. So when it comes to live situations, everything flows differently. No mix will ever be the same as someone live mixing. Reason why is because audience gives you that energy to continue pushing forward. If you're doing a mix, you're just looking at your turntables for an hour, 2 hours, and it's whatever comes to mind. So that's one of the good things about meeting in person and doing things face to face.
Yeah, there's a major difference in doing it live and pre-recording. And I had a bride recently ask me about a set list. And I said, well, understand this. There's no way any of our guys are going to offer you a set list because our guys are trained, one, to listen to the bride and groom and what their expectations are, providing us with their don't play list, maybe some of their favorite artists, but even more importantly is watching body language and facial expression of the guests that evening. And I think
absolutely
that's really important. But I appreciate you, Ivanko. Great answer. And
awesome, guys.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Next, I'm going to move on to one of our celebrity DJs, DJ Sama. Some of you may even know him and his radio history. DJ Sama is still around and amazing as ever. Sama?
Hey, what's going on? Happy holidays to each and every one out there, and congratulations. I know this is an exciting time, getting ready for your wedding. I am DJ Sama, as Mike Sipe mentioned. I've been with the company for over 5 years now, and I've done countless weddings. One of the things that I enjoy, let me tell you a little bit about my background. I come from a different background. I come from a radio and TV background. I graduated from Full Sail Recording of the Arts in Altamont Springs, Orlando, got into radio in 1985, worked at Hot 105. Then I went on to work for Power 96 for 12 years. I did morning shows there, afternoon shows there. Then I went on to work for iHeartMedia, had a Latin radio show on 294.9, and also had my own afternoon show. So I did a lot of radio, and I still do. And then as far as television, Telemundo was the network that I worked at, and it was the second network called Mundo's, had a TV show called The Roof. So I did a lot of TV and radio, obviously a lot of events at nightclubs and weddings, bar mitzvahs, you name it. So I really enjoy what I do. One of the things that I like to do when I get a bride and groom is really get into what style and what type of wedding they're looking to have, and really customize it so that it's exactly what they dreamed it to be. So that's one of the things I think is important when you get with a bride and groom and you're putting together their special event for their special day. And thank you once again for letting me be on this platform. And I look forward to doing your events if you feel that DJ Sam was the right guy for you.
Great job, Sama. And here's a question for you. This comes up quite often. Brides and grooms, I guess they're questioning, one, if they should use a wedding planner. And then the second question is, do you work with wedding planners? Would you work with our wedding planner? Can you answer?
Absolutely. Yes, I love working with wedding planners. I've worked with countless wedding planners. I think if you feel that a wedding planner is the route you want to go because you want to kind of take a back seat and you want them to go ahead and drive the wheel, then you should definitely go with a wedding planner. Sometimes we'll work with a wedding planner the day of, or the wedding planner will come in from the beginning of the wedding, and we will obviously let them tell us exactly what the bride and groom wants in terms of needs, what you envision for your ceremony, for your cocktail and your reception. And obviously our part is to bring in the musicality and the entertainment and the fun, so you guys could just sit back, enjoy, toss it up and have a good time. So yeah, wedding planners are definitely a plus, but if you don't feel like that's in your budget or not the route you want to go, we will be your wedding planners.
Great job, Sama. You're absolutely right. We work with wedding planners all the time. Sometimes it's like Sama said, it's day of, where they may not have as much involvement to the planning prior to. So Sama would help with you in creating that timeline. The day of the wedding, he's going to sit down with the planner, probably the banquet captain on food service flow and timing, your photographer and videographer, and they go over all those points and the things that you want executed properly. So great job, Sama. Thank you.
By the way, I am Cubanito, so bilingual. If you're looking for that Latin flavor, I can give you that as well.
He is. Thanks, Sama. Appreciate it. Our last talent for tonight, excuse me, I have a frog in my throat, is Mr. DJ Ray Costa. Ray Costa, introduce yourself.
Hi, guys. Oh, there you go. Now my camera's on. Hi, everybody. My name is DJ Ray Costa. I'm an in-arena host and DJ for the three-time NBA champion Miami Heat, as well as my co-partner, DJ Silva, is as well. I'm also a DJ and MC right here and a Platinum Experience DJ for the one and only Mike Sipe Entertainment Event and Productions. I've done countless weddings. I can't tell you how many weddings I've done, especially for my man Mike. I've been with Mike Sipe for a little over 4 years already. So Mike, I know you're feeling a little old when you hear that. A little bit more than 4 years. And I've had a lot on my resume. Not only am I part of the Miami Heat, but I've had the pleasure of playing multiple nightclubs. I've hosted my own radio show on 106.7 FM. So big shout out to my man DJ Sama as well, radio DJs. I do DJ a lot of nightclubs along with my man DJ Ivanko, and I do stay active a lot hosting events all over Miami as well as outside the state of Florida as well. A little background on myself in terms of DJ. I am a party. From my personality to what I play to actually introduce you to the moment of your dance floor opening, the entire event is a experience itself. And I can't stress this enough because I know being able to actually have time to plan your wedding during a pandemic might sound scary, but I've DJ'd various events right now during this coronavirus pandemic. And even though the cure is on its way and everything will get back to normal, I do want to let you guys know that it's not the amount of people that are allowed in the venue, it's the quality of the ones that are there that make your event. So do not be scared to be planning your wedding for a little less people, but still making it the moment that you can only dream of, which is your wedding day. Like I said, my name is Ray Costa. I'll keep it short and sweet. As our night progresses, I'll give it back to my man Mike, but I hope to be part of your special day. And if it's not me, one of my amazing co-workers will definitely bring down the house for you guys. Congratulations on your engagement. My man Mike, back over to you.
Thanks, Ray. I've got a question for you before you go. And you made some very valid points, actually very brilliant points. One of the questions we get a lot is, do you also act as the master of ceremonies? And maybe that's a question from back in my days when I was DJing and entertaining in the 80s. Started with vinyl, then CDs, and so on and so on. But we always had a master of ceremonies and a DJ. And I'm going to let you answer that. We do about 6 of those a year where it's important to the client. But today it's changed. I think if there's a trend, most people, one person will suffice. So we'll ask you that question. Do all DJs act as a master of ceremonies?
So here at the Mike Sipe, yes, all us DJs from Sama, Ness, Glenn, Ivanko, Silva, and all our other DJs, we do act as master of ceremonies and for short MCs. So we do MC and DJ a wedding. However, We do have other employees such as David Brown, which is one of our Platinum Experience Master of Ceremonies. He comes with his own DJ. One of ours, DJ Juan Torres, will play your event with David emceeing. But don't let that drift away from you. Here at Mike Sipe, we are completely customizable. If you are looking to have someone completely focused on the mic and you might have a lot of formalities, one of us can be your master of ceremonies and partner up with another of our coworkers. For instance, I work with Ivanko a lot of times, not only for weddings, but at nightclubs, and we work very good hand in hand together. So I MC a lot of the events while he DJs and vice versa. It's completely customizable, but yes, don't be afraid to book just one talent. We all are masters of ceremonies, MCs, and DJs as well.
Great. Thank you so much, Ray. Ray brought up some really great points, and it's true. You know, basically our company motto is your day, your way. I meet with brides and grooms every single day of every week to find out how they envision their music, how they want to entertain their family and guests, and then we customize according. A lot of people start with our packages, and those packages are just developed because most brides and grooms have never been married before, and they're only hearing from family members and friends on what they should do, where they should do it, and so on and so on. So we're here to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. It's your day, your way. You're going to deliver us your vision, and then we're going to create accordingly. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the evening. I was going on. There's no questions. If anyone wants to post something, I'll give you a couple of minutes here if there's a question you want to bring up right now. But hopefully we've been able to answer all the questions for you during this time. And now what I'd like to do is introduce our cellist once again, Guy Michel. Let him tell himself a little bit about you, and then he's going to take us out with a cello performance. We got you, Guy. You're on.
Gosh, I'm not really sure what happened. I started playing, and all of a sudden, everything went dark. I apologize a million times. I wish you guys could have heard all this crazy stuff that I was doing earlier. But anyway, to let you guys know a little bit about myself, I'm not any Latin. I don't have any Latin in me. However, I can party like one. So I'm originally born and raised in Haiti. I play the cello, acoustic, and the electric. I played nationally, internationally. I've been fortunate to actually be doing this for the past 13 years professionally. I played with major league athletes, celebrity basketball stars, and you name it. I've been fortunate to be able to do that. And I know you probably have a lot of questions about the cello. Yeah, do I only play classical? No, I actually barely play any classical. I could play from anything you hear on the radio. I could go from easy listening from Ed Sheeran to Cardi B. I mean, maybe not back to back, but you get the idea. And I'm a life of a party, just like Ray Costa was saying. I play just like I'm always going. I'm always entertaining. I'm an entertainer first, then a cellist second. And speaking of reception, I've done a few with a few DJs here. Speaking of Glenn Black, who spoke earlier, we did an event together where I actually danced with my cello while doing the electric slide, talking about walking and chewing gum and rubbing your tummy at the same time. But anyway, I'm gonna play something more laid back. Usually I've asked this song about a million times. Ed Sheeran, you can't go wrong with your ceremony, whether you're walking down an aisle or anything else. But I'm gonna play a little bit of Ed Sheeran, and hopefully you guys can hear the music this time. And once again, I apologize a million times, but let me play. I brought my acoustic just to make sure there's no hiccups. So here we go.
Thank you, Guy. Guy Michel, available for wedding ceremonies, cocktail hours, and also Guy is really a wow factor when you add him to the Musicology DJ Live experience. It's a whole nother animal. Listen, on behalf of all of us, I'd like to thank you for being a part of our monthly wedding meet and greet. Again, the next one will be January 19th at 6:30. On behalf of all of us, congratulations to each and one of you. Happy holidays. Enjoy your families during this time. Be safe and healthy, and we'll see you hopefully real soon. Congratulations. Thanks, and bye-bye.